Good morning, America. Hello, guys. So, I won't be here long. I have been sitting here for the past couple of hours, literally like, oh God, digging these crochet braids out of my head. I am doing my hair for Christmas, and yeah, it's time. It's definitely time. I got like a few inches of new growth. But yeah, I wanted to let y'all know something about what is going on, and it's actually made me think about leaving this website before. However, I'm not. Hello, I'm not. Fuck you. But it's made me think about leaving this website, though. The constant feeding frenzy. Goodness gracious. They are constantly trying to feed on this website. So weird. They are so super duper focused on it. Like when it's time for them to feed, the mask comes off. It does. It comes off, and they just the entire focus is just feeding. Like, I don't care. I gotta feed. I gotta feed. I gotta feed somehow. And so I think I realized this like 2 years ago. No, I think I really, really, really realized it a year and a half ago that they feed. Mm-hmm. And a lot of you guys that watch me don't watch psychic vampire channels. And I apologize if I've mistakenly led anybody to any psychic vampires channel. But nothing is a mistake. Chances are, if you got led to those types of situations, then it's probably happening in your real life, and you got to learn how to deal with it at some point. Yeah, and they do it big time through the computer. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to be. It is so difficult to get these because I did the individual crochet braids, and the style that I'm doing, I don't believe that I can do individuals with that. I didn't even check if it was pre-looped. I'm doing another um crochet style, but it's not going to be like this. It's going to be totally different. It's going to be so cute though. And so I want to hurry up and get these out. And I'm probably going to do my hair like Thursday. Yeah. So anyway, it's been some of them have been trying to feed off of me, but they can't, and they'll keep trying, trust me. But I don't care. Like, honestly, I really don't. They think that, so basically what they think is they're going to use something that they believe would upset you or bother you. I'm totally unbothered. Oh, shoot. It's a lot more that I could say, but I'm not, because I think it would trigger some people. But I will say this, is that when you know somebody personally that acts as an agent for that, it really pisses you off. It kind of makes you think, especially when they don't have the scruples to not do it, to not try to, just play these plastic fake games to try to feed off of you. It kind of makes you wonder, are you even that person? Like, have y'all ever, here's some weird, freaky shit. Have y'all ever been around somebody and then they change and you feel like it's an imposter or something? Like, that's really bizarre. So, I want y'all to be careful out there. The way you deal with their agents is to just not care. Their agents are going deep cover. For real, deep cover. The agent. It's ridiculous. I think the way that you can determine and decipher if a channel is like a feeding channel is the content any good? Is it useful? Would be the first question you would have to ask yourself. Is it useful in any kind of way? Or maybe even mildly entertaining? What type of emotions does it incite in you? Is it confusion? Is it shock? Is it, and I've already said I don't have nothing to do with it, and I meant it. No, I am extremely powerful. I do not have to feed off of nobody. No, no, no. Not Jamila. Jamila don't have to feed off of nobody's life force. So, okay, this one is like really difficult getting them out. So with these individual ones, like if you can't just get it out, you have to like undo the braid and then try to, it's a trip. So I want y'all to be careful, because I believe that they're gonna feed through the holidays big time, and I'm not bothered. You just have to get to a point where you just don't care, because they do a lot of fake stuff to try to incite real emotions in you. And it's like, I figured this out a long time ago, hon. They're very remedial too. Very remedial. So just be careful. Okay, be careful out there. In fact, I was even thinking about shutting down my comments so that they wouldn't see my chat or see my chatters. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of latched on to my channel, I don't know what's up with these people. I know that you got to be careful with it, because it can definitely give you cancer and stuff like that. It can make you sick. These are some of the most despicable people you ever know. They don't care about nobody else. You try to educate them on elemental magic and how you can use earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Earth is the herbs and stones. Water is water and healing energy, but water is just water. Fire is fire. And air is brain power. You try to, teach them that, and they're like, no, I must feed. It's a parasite that they have attached to them. It's a parasite. The parasite almost becomes like a conjoined twin that's actually attached to them, and it would almost be equivalent to being cut, having a part of them cut away. And the longer and the longer they stay in that state of being, it gets harder and harder, to the point where they're just like, screw it. And we know that it's the truth, because the field of psychology, doctors have actually acknowledged, people like that. They're not going to tell you, though, that it's related to some demon, that's soulless and not human. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful. Very, very abnormal. And it's very different. In my humble opinion, it's very different from vampires. It is. I don't think that, I think even though, I think it's one of those oxymorons that they call it psychic vampires, because they're nothing like vampires. I believe vampires have souls. Okay? I don't care what nobody says. I believe they have souls. And I don't think that they're as bad as what they try to make them out in the movies. Okay? So it's going to be a frantic feeding frenzy through the holidays. Which is why, and I think people know it, which is why people don't watch those channels anymore. People just want to enjoy their holidays. People, it's like, goodness, but it is very toxic. That's all they know how to be, is toxic 24/7. They don't know, because whatever it is just completely like destroyed, and eventually. That's why, I was looking at this one channel where it was warning people. It was actually a witchcraft channel. And this person was talking about vampire magic, which that's kind of weird, because vampires are magical beings themselves. They don't, so I don't understand how we can relate, But anyway, and so these are rituals that typically they're unseen, but basically what they do is they connect a cord, they take 2 candles, and whoever it is that they want to feed on, they, and that's supposed to be the magic or whatever. So it's basically like stealing somebody's life force. And I was looking, and I saw this commenter that left like a whole paragraph in the comment section. And this person said, I want to warn y'all about doing this type of magic, because what it does is it creates a codependency on someone else's energy that doesn't belong to yours. And it creates an insatiable appetite, which eventually can't be satisfied. And then also, if the person refuses to let you feed on them, then you won't be able to. Okay, I believe that this phenomenon, this sort of subspecies of people, I believe that they're the ones that created Poison Ivy, the character of Poison Ivy, to where you can make your energy very venomous to people like that. You know what I'm saying? And you should. Because I've seen people get sick. I've seen people die from being fed on. It's not nothing to play around with. And those people do not care. They actually believe that they're going to just suck the life out of you. It's so funny. Through the internet. Oh, you gotta laugh, man. You gotta laugh. It's a good laugh, It's not even something, the natives, if they were sitting around their bonfire, in front of their teepees with, old Native American granddad, You know, if he were to tell the stories of these people, he would be laughing. Honestly, it could, because it does. It turns into a big joke. Is what it does. Well, it's not a joke if you now if you. I mean, it's been around since the dawn of time. You know, kind of like a leech or a parasite or a germ. It's been around since the beginning of time. And so, human beings have figured this out since the beginning, which we really don't know when that was, but human beings figured this out back then and they knew how to remedy it. But the problem is that so many people have lost that art. And that's why I've noticed that some people that are super duper religious, and they don't believe in what I believe in, and I've noticed that they end up getting fed off of until they die. So that's why they teach you that the older you get, the weaker you get, which is totally not true. But we're not even gonna go there because that'll take too long for me to talk about. Y'all just be careful because they are trying to feed. Some of them are doing it in a very covert way and they'll gaslight you. It looks like narcissism, but it's not narcissism. It's an actual spirit feeding. It is. It's a spiritual feeding. Usually they have one main target while they try to pretend that there's other targets, but they've got one main target. So, just be careful out here because it's more people like that than you realize. It's a lot of people like that. I mean, I guess if you find out that people are like that, you can focus on maybe allowing them only to have your negative emotions, but I don't think so. Like, I wouldn't agree with that at all. Like, maybe anything negative, if you've got negative emotions, I guess that would be the justification for anybody being cool with that. But somebody like me, I don't have any negative emotions. I don't have any self-hatred. I don't have negative emotions. Because I'm not the Four of Cups or the Four of Pentacles. I am very appreciative of my life, love myself, love my family and my children. Just, and they hate love. And we got a lot of them on here. And so it's almost like a lot of women will say, why a lot of women will say, well, I'm in divorce court and judges don't listen to like if somebody is narcissistically abusing you, like they don't really consider that to be abuse. Like it's not necessarily recognized, even though it's a lot of psychological damage that can happen. I feel like just don't let them bother you. Like when you're dealing with narcissists, just stop giving a damn. Because, but this is very different. I believe that it's an actual entity that directs these people. I truly do. I don't care what nobody says. Okay. Because it is just, and they have no shame. You would think that they would be ashamed and say, oh man, maybe I should do it. No, they don't have no shame. And many of them are not even being compensated for it. Why should they be, though? Somebody that ignorant shouldn't be compensated for that. I mean, they will feed off of babies, children. They don't have they don't discriminate. So be careful, because I believe that they're trying to feed a lot. Like, imagine if you had no soul. you would need energy from people that do have spirit and soul. Good morning, SC. You would need to, if you didn't have a soul, you would definitely need to feed off of people. And I don't care who you are, what time you was born, what day of the week. Every human being has a soul, and that soul has energy. Okay, that's so your soul is like electricity. It's like light. Okay, your soul is made of light. And that's what it's feeding off of, your soul, your aura, your chakras, There's a lot of energy in every human being, a lot. Think about how much energy it takes for your heart to pump blood throughout your entire body. Okay? So, and I'm not a matrix dweller. I live in reality, And the reality is that yes, this does exist, but guess what? There's a way to deal with it. You don't have to necessarily be a witch or become a witch one day. You can use you don't have to be a witch to take your energy back. But I think, hold on, y'all. I think with the frantic nature of their feeding, I think that damn thing must be getting ready to die or something. And it ain't the devil. The devil even has power and energy. The devil wouldn't need to feed off of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the devil is a fallen angel created by God, and the devil and the Satan, Lucifer, has a lot of energy. I tell you what, though, their agents better wake up and quit being suicidal. But I believe that their agents get so caught up in it that a lot of the times, I don't know, like, I've seen people caught up with that demon, and it's like they're dead. It's like the demon done took their soul. That's what I think. And to the point where you don't recognize the person looks different. It's not the same person. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. I was looking at that movie with Nicole Kidman. What was the name of that freaking movie about? It was like the updated version of the Body Snatchers. That's exactly what it's like. It's like a whole bunch of cords. It's not just one cord. It's like a whole bunch of cord that will attach to various areas of the body. And they figured out that they can factually feed on the internet. This is why a lot of you guys, I bet you, if you think back in your memory to when you first opened up a Facebook page, you was probably real tired the next day. You probably found yourself very tired and drained. And, you might have just said, well, let me get some coffee or an energy drink, or maybe I need to take some vitamins. And you just didn't relate it to that because you just wouldn't think that would be what's going, that's why a lot of people don't like Mark Zuckerberg, whatever his name is, because they feel like he's reptilian or something. You know what I'm saying? And I personally think that if you're an entity on the earth doing that to human beings and, very greedy, very rich, I think that's pretty freaking ruthless, if you ask me. So I don't know, like, he don't mess with me no more, like, because I actually shut down every Facebook because he had a whole team. I don't like Mark Zuckerberg. I don't like him. Okay, because I believe in the rumors about him. Okay, I believe. I totally believe. And I don't think that just because you become rich, you necessarily have to be. I think that these people probably were already like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had shut down my Facebook, and I only recently got it back. And when I did, that was when I realized, shit, I got to protect my energy. You wouldn't really notice it unless, like, if you're a spiritualist, every spiritualist that's listening to me right now knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it's not a tough code to crack. It's not. There's several different rituals that you can do. But I do think that if you are somebody that, has that kind of energy, because they do like to feed off of your goodness, your wholesomeness, if you're a good person, and you have to have trust. See what I'm saying? If you're the type of person that has trust, you're probably doing very well. You're probably relaxed. People that don't trust are kind of compromised, mentally and physically, they're compromised. So if you're that type of person, they're probably still trying to feed off of you. And I make my lemonade jars for that. I do what I call a lemonade jar. But whenever I feel the need to take my energy back, whatever it is, whatever my life force back, I use candles to do that. So just be careful. And human beings are not stupid. They like to try to convince us that we're stupid and our intuition is off. Shut up. We're not stupid. Human beings are not stupid. Okay. And I believe that this phenomenon probably existed hundreds of years ago. Probably just reared its ugly head. Probably is responsible for a lot of the plagues and things of that nature, people dying. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to be careful through this holiday season, because that you have any amount of joy and serenity in your body, they'll just try to suck it right out of you. And trust me, the energy, when it hits home to them, it isn't the same for you as a human being. It's just pure raw energy. Okay? Those entities would rather feed off of good-natured people. They don't really want to feed off of people with a bad nature, because because that's not energy. That's low vibrating energy. And it's not strong enough. I mean, it's not strong enough. Otherwise, everybody that you may feel is in a low vibrating situation, you would assume that they would just all be sick and dying. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I always tell them, don't make me a part of your feeding. No, don't make me a part of it. They really would love to compare themselves to witches, but what they do is totally different. Like, it's not the same at all. It doesn't even add up. That would be just like a newspaper salesman or either a shoe salesman being accused of being like them. No, a person pays, the money for the shoes, and then they get the shoes in return. Like, it's not the same. Like, you're just stealing energy from people. What the hell? Because they would like to think that we as human beings are just dumb. You know what I'm saying? So and Spirit was telling me that they getting ready to have a huge feeding frenzy. What they do is they kind of lay low for a minute, and then they just bust out with some shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all already know they gonna come and try to feed from me. I'm unbothered. Y'all already know. Okay. Probably because I got all that. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's because I look stupid and they think I'm stupid. Sometimes I sit over here and chuckle. I keep a candle going. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to, and they're always trying to mess with your identity. Try to get you to not know yourself. It's really crazy. It really is. And while I do believe it is a supernatural being that's behind it, does it have anything to do with the craft or witchcraft? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Witches don't have to feed off of nobody. Are you crazy? I actually met a witch when I first moved to Georgia, because I used to let a few of my clients come and see me in person, and I've actually done a couple of house cleansings over in Georgia too. And this lady was sitting there. I said, and I saw light coming out of her hands. I said, "Girl, I said, what?" I said, "Wow." Okay, and that's when I told her. I said, I kind of told her. I said, "Well, I can see light coming out of your hands." She said, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was like these bubbles of light just coming out of the tips of her fingers, and I was not hallucinating. People believe what I'm saying, but they'll still say, "Oh, she's crazy." You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I never forget that. That was a trip. And back when I lived over in Decatur, this was years ago when I first moved to Georgia. I lived in a townhome, was my first place over here in Georgia. And I went to my back porch one night, like it was when we first moved down here. And I looked at the trees and they were blinking like Christmas lights. And it was lightning bugs. It was fireflies in the trees, like covering the tree. They were in, I'm from the Midwest. I'm used to fireflies, like just flying around. You can see them. No, these were in the trees. And I feel like it was a sign from my spirit guides or something, because I started asking around, because I would see it every night, especially during the summertime, but even sometimes in the winter. And I knew I wasn't crazy because everybody else in the house saw it. Everybody else witnessed it. And I even took a video of it one night and uploaded it. But I don't know why I was taking down a lot of my videos back then. But I asked around Georgia, I said, "Is it normal for the fireflies to be in the trees?" And they were like, "No." I was like, why is it that I'm seeing fireflies just covering the trees and I keep seeing it every night? They're like, "No, that ain't normally what you see." And so I realized that, like, it was like, I don't know. Ever since I started, ever since I took the path that I took, every now and then I'll see miraculous things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to it. Just like when I caught the little fairy on camera. And I wish to God that I hadn't taken that down, because it definitely was caught on camera. There's been times when I was in Kansas, I walk outside and you can see this white mist coming out from the ground, and I'm like, what is this? you know? I'm gonna get myself one of them big Christmas balls for myself for Christmas though. I'm gonna get another one. So I used to have a big one. I lost it after I got down here, so I'm gonna get me another one for myself for Christmas. Basically, people that are trying to start drama in your life or drama in your mind, or to put it in a nutshell, because I'm about to come to a stopping point. I'm tired of doing this. This has been taking forever. I'll finish it later. Pretty much, if somebody's trying to get a rise out of you and upset you all the time, that's a sign that they're trying to feed off of you. And I think the world has been knowing it. I don't know if y'all remember 10 or 15 years ago, there was this slogan, keep calm. And it was a huge slogan. And we need to bring that back, because I think that a lot of people are not being calm. A lot of them are not. They know it's something wrong, it's something weird that's going on. But you literally have to stay calm and not react to them. And, hopefully, eventually, I don't know, maybe they'll go away or get some help or detached from whatever entity that is, because it's got them looking kind of ridiculous. I swear, it just looks totally ridiculous. It's obvious that that's what they're doing constantly. Without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, we know exactly what they're up to, and it's totally ridiculous. You know, this is another one that I gotta Oh God, I'll wait. I ain't even halfway done. This is gonna take me hours just to take these down. All right, y'all. Y'all been forewarned. Be careful. Steer clear of these people too, man. Enjoy your holidays. Goodness gracious, like they're never satisfied. You know how, like, on a daily basis you get up, your bills are paid, you know everything's okay, and you cooking breakfast, and you just feel satisfied in general. These people are never satisfied, no matter what they have. It's just they can't experience that feeling of you know what I'm saying, when you just feel like, oh, this feels nice. You know what I'm saying? They cannot experience that. It's so sad, and you try to tell them, well, hon, you're under possession by an entity, and they're what? They're like, what? You're crazy. You're stupid. It's so funny. And then you just say, carry on, child, carry on, because what else can you say to them? For real. Seriously, they don't, we don't want to say, Lord, forgive them for they not know what they do, because they're very aware of it. They're extremely aware of it, trust me. But they just don't care. These are the don't cares. They don't care. They don't care how they look. They don't care how people perceive them. And maybe they shouldn't, but I just still think that it's dangerous, because if you notice, a lot of them do have a lot of health problems. And just general restlessness. And you know what? I was actually going to do a show where I was going to talk about, like, the top 5 items that you wouldn't believe, household items that you wouldn't believe can help you spiritually. And one of them is a humidifier. They actually don't like humidifiers because I believe that humidifiers on some level are either vaporizers. I believe that it provides you some kind of protection because if you notice, you'll start to feel kind of dry in your throat, and you be like, "What in the world is going on? Like, what is it?" You know. And for some reason, that humidifier it helps you to calm down because that's when they're feeding when you're upset. When you're upset, like I'm talking about angry. When you're angry or disappointed, okay, or just experiencing some kind of confusion, that's how you know they're feeding. People have reported to me feeling as though, something is pulling them forward. That's not a normal feeling for you to feel like that, and it's been bad the past. Oh my God, I think it really, really got bad for me in 2020. It got really, really bad. And it's probably because so much of my life force had already been taken that I didn't realize it. And I would say that if you've been under that kind of attack long term, that every full moon and new moon do a ritual, do a candle to pull your energy back because you can't really pull that energy back all at once because it'll probably make you dizzy. It'll probably make you nauseous. You know what I'm saying? So do it a little at a time. But you can tell it typically will take you like maybe, 3 or 4, rituals to start to kind of feel normal again. Okay, because just doing one ain't gonna do it. So, Anyway, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up so that people can see this. It does help with the algorithm. I appreciate it. We know the energy harvesters ain't gonna thumbs up because it sounds something like what they're doing, but they're not gonna admit to it, and they're like, I don't know if she's talking about me, so I'm not gonna hit the thumbs up. Because that's why they feel invigorated after attacking people, either overtly or covertly. They'll feel invigorated. They'll feel rejuvenated after they do their feeding. Well, not on me. They're pretty angry and about not being able to feed on Jamila. They're very upset about this. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Y'all have a happy, what's today? Tuesday? Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'm finished taking this hair down. I'm not gonna do any more tonight or this morning. I've been sitting here for 4 hours trying to get these things out, and they're so tedious and time consuming, but it's gonna be worth it once I get them out. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Blessings.